All right, welcome to lab number 4 of the AZ-800 course. Here we're going to use Windows Admin Center to manage a server on Azure instead of our simulated on-prem environment. So first we have to create our infrastructure over in Azure. For that we're going to use a Cloud Shell. So then we're going to download some ready-made files. These are available in the GitHub repo. Link is in the show notes. In my environment, they're down here in C, all files, lab 4. And we're going to need all 3 of these. I'm just going to upload them in one go. And then we need to run one of these scripts. So I'm just going to save our location into a variable here. Location equals East US. Most of these labs are tested in East US, so that's why it should work. And then the resource group name in my environment needs to be specifically this one. AZ-800-L 0401-RG. Okay, then we can run our script. So we're going to create the resource group first. So we're going to say, well, the location of the resource group is going to be that location we just defined. The name of this deployment is going to be AZ-800-L04. Subscription deployment. Oops. Can't type. We have a template as a file, and it's L04 subtemplate. And then the resource group location needs to be in location as well, and then the resource group name. Oh, come on. It should be resource group name. Okay, that's done. So then we can create our virtual machine. New ISIS resource group deployment. I'm going to name it AZ-800-L04 resource group deployment. And resource group name is still RG name. And this time we have a template file. It's L04RG template JSON. Need an admin username and then a password. And then we'll just wait a minute for the virtual machine to get spun up. All right, that's done. You can see that I created a VNet virtual machine as well. We can actually see that over here. So we got our virtual machine, and this is now simulating the server in Azure that we're going to manage from or using the Windows Admin Center. Okay, so to make this possible, we're going to need to have a virtual network gateway in our VNet. So let's go and find that. So here's our VNet. And then to enable a virtual network gateway, we're going to need to add a subnet for it. And we can just select the purpose, and then it's automatically naming the subnet correctly. We might want to use just a couple of IP addresses at the very end of the 10.4.3 IP range. So 32 addresses from there. It should be enough. All right, so that's done there. So now let's first get us the Windows Admin Center. So start. It's transfer. And the source is https aka.ms wac download, and the destination can just be downloads, and then Windows Center.exe. All right, so let's take a look. Here under downloads, we got it. Let's run it. We accept the license. We're going to generate our own certificate. And that's pretty much it. All right, we're done. So let's get started. And here we are. Let's log in. As normal, it's going to ask us to review the changes to extensions. And I'm just going to wait until it has finished with all of the updates. All right, now it's done. So let's create an Azure network adapter here. So we need to go to our machine. And go down to networks. Here we can add an Azure network adapter. Now this requires us to register WAC with Azure. And this happens via us using a code in Azure. And then using our credentials to log into Azure. There we go. Now we're connected. We're going to create a new application for this use case, and that takes a couple of minutes. Once it's done, so let's sign in. Perfect. Now we're done. So let's go back. To our connection. Now add our Azure network adapter. Location needs to be in East US. Virtual network is that one. As the school, we're just happy with the VPN gateway. Client address space we're going to use is 192.168.0.0.24. Oops. And we're going to auto-generate the required certificates. Now creating that will take up to 45 minutes, so we're not going to wait for that. But yeah, it is happening. And you can see I can't even do it because I don't have a public IP addresses. But that's how you would do it. So next up, we're going to deploy the Windows Admin Center as a gateway in Azure. So we're back up here. Cloud Shell. And let's make sure that we have Azure RM enabled. Let's just make this big. So enable, yeah, exactly that. Let's say the scope is process. Cool. So then let's set some variables for the script that's going to create the Windows Admin Center machine. RG name is that one. We have a VNet name, which was AZ-800 L04-VNet. We have a network security group with the name. Yes. Just copy paste this. Well, actually, I could just copy paste all of this. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Saves me some typing. Cool. And then we put all of that into parameters for the script. All right. And now we install pswsman. Yes. And then we say that we don't want the certificates to be verified. Cool. So then we can deploy our Windows Admin Center. Again, we need an administrator account. I'm going to use my first name and my password for it. Okay, that's done. So let's see it. It's right here, this VM Windows Admin Center. So let's connect to it. For example, via RDP. Enter the password. Okay, then let's install Admin Center here. Downloaded. All right, that's working. So now let's go and see the IP address of this particular server. This is the DNS name. So let's connect to it. Can't I just copy paste it? Here we go. All right. There we go. Forgot to put HTTPS in front. There we go. And now we need to sign in using my credentials on this server, right? Great, it seems to be working. Great. So this part seems to be working. So let's first enable PowerShell remoting on that particular VM of ours that we want to manage, right? So that's not this one, but rather the one that we want to manage, VM0 over here. We could do that by connecting to it, but we maybe don't want to open up RDP connections to this production server. So another way is to go through operations here and run command. Run a PowerShell script. And one thing that I want to make sure that is working is Windows Remote Management. Okay, that's working now. So then let's open up the remote management port in the firewall. This does not return anything, so I'm just going to have to see when it is finished. On the top of the page. There we go. And then we want to enable PowerShell remoting on this server as well. There we go. Meanwhile, this one has updated. Which is great. So now under all connections, we should be able to connect to our server. And the server name should be AZ-800 L04 VM0. We found it, so we can add it. There we go. Now we can connect to it. And now we can manage it remotely from the Windows Admin Center in the cloud. That's the end of this lab. In case you followed along, remember to delete your Azure resources by deleting the resource group that we created. Thanks for listening to me, and see you in the next one. Till then.